Welcome back to another deep dive. Last time we started exploring that fascinating passive consciousness hypothesis. Yeah.
We did, hinting that maybe our usual idea of free will,
Yeah,
well, it might be a bit limited.
exactly. We talked about the ego OS, that everyday me that feels like it's driving.
But it's maybe more like an observer in a much bigger play already happening.
Right. So today we're pushing that even further. We're going to dive into this amazing framework from our sources. It outlines 3 incredible layers of consciousness.
The me, the I, and the Z.
Yeah, and these aren't just like abstract concepts. They give you a totally new way to look at your own life, your experiences.
And we'll see how real surrender, true surrender, isn't about giving up at all.
No, it's more like this powerful baton pass of control, but within yourself. We'll see this through the journey of someone our sources call Shunpeter Z.
It's a very personal lens.
Get ready to maybe see why everything you've experienced could feel like a script, and why leaning into surrender might just be your ultimate superpower.
That's a really exciting way to put it. And, if you've ever felt just overwhelmed by everything.
We're stuck in the same old patterns.
Exactly. Or wondering why certain things keep repeating in your life, then yeah, this deep dive is definitely for you.
We're not just throwing theories around.
No, not at all. We're looking at Shunpeter Z's personal journey into these layers, showing how you might shift from being, reactive.
To becoming more of a joyful co-creator.
Precisely. It's an understanding that can fundamentally change how you experience things moment to moment, moving you from feeling like just a passenger
To feeling active, but still kind of surrendered within the whole process.
That's the goal.
Okay, so let's unpack this then, these layers of consciousness. We're talking about different parts of you, right?
Absolutely. Not separate things out there.
So like a building with different floors, but you're on all of them? Or maybe like an operating system with different views?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
Or think of them as fractal layers of your one consciousness, different perspectives, different roles within your own system.
Okay, got it. So first up is the me.
Your everyday ego OS, the avatar.
Right, the one you navigate the world with. The part that thinks it's steering the car, making all the decisions, checking everything.
Constantly monitoring.
Yeah. Like, that feeling when you're checking your work KPIs, key performance indicators, and you see the numbers aren't great, and you get that little,
Oh yeah, that lurch in the stomach.
That's the me in action, isn't it? Apparently, Shunpeter Z really struggled with this. Even when he felt his core OS change, that urge to check the numbers, that little anxiety hit.
It still popped up,
Yeah.
like picking at a scab, you should leave it, but the impulse is still there.
What's so fascinating about that is how conditioned the me is. It thinks it needs to monitor and control everything to, well, survive.
Whether that's actual survival or social standing or business success, it feels the same to the me. That impulse remains strong.
But the key thing is what happens after that uh-oh moment, right?
Exactly. Does the me just spiral into anxiety and frantic fixing, or does something else kick in, a more observational part that just acknowledges it and lets it go?
Okay, so that leads us to the next layer, the I. This is higher than the me.
A slightly higher layer, yes. If the me is the day-to-day thinking mind,
Making the moment-to-moment driving decisions.
the I is more about your deeper intentions, your conscious choices. So if the me is navigating the streets,
The I is the part that decided, let's go to the museum today, not the mall.
precisely, it sets the quality or the direction of the experience. The me handles the specific turns, but the I chose the destination, the theme.
So the I is about intention, but not in like an ego-driven, forceful way.
Right. Think of it more like the projector or the tuner within the bigger Z consciousness. It focuses the energy. It chooses the kind of experience the me will have.
Like setting the stage.
Or like an author deciding on the main themes of a story. Before the character, the me, even steps onto the page, it fine-tunes the reality based on what you authentically value.
Guiding the overall path. Okay. And then the Z.
The Z. This is the highest, most expansive layer, pure observation.
What our sources call all that is, the source field. The operating system of reality itself, the ZPF.
Exactly, the zero-point field. If the me is in the driver's seat,
Thinking it's driving.
the Z is the actual pilot, maybe sitting quietly in the back, but steering the whole journey.
How does it steer through wave-based intentions? What does that mean?
It's not direct commands like the me uses. It's more like subtle energetic patterns shaping reality. Not words, but these currents that influence what unfolds.
So if me is me thinking about doing this deep dive right now,
Right,
and
right.
I is the deeper intention behind wanting to share this information,
Yeah.
then Z would be the fundamental intelligence that makes all this possible. My brain working, sound waves, the laws of physics allowing this conversation.
That's a great way to ground it.
Yes.
Z is that fundamental intelligence orchestrating the whole journey, setting things up, even the uncomfortable moments.
Those are orchestrated too. For growth,
From the Z perspective, yes. The ZPF is like the energetic blueprint, and these wave-based intentions are how Z communicates and guides through that field, shaping your me and I experiences. It completely changes how you see agency, doesn't it?
it really does. Okay, so surrender. How does that fit into this whole me, I, Z picture?
Ah, the big question.
Because it sounds powerful, but surrender. I mean, for a lot of people, that word brings up feelings of loss, maybe even fear. How do we help people see it as empowering instead?
That's the absolute core of it, isn't it? Because surrender definitely has baggage. It often implies defeat, giving up.
Right.
But here we're talking about something internal, a realignment, a shift in where you place your trust.
So it's not giving control to some outside power.
No, it's an internal baton pass from the me to the I, and ultimately trusting the Z all within your own consciousness.
It's like the avatar, the me, finally turning around and saying to its own higher self, the Z, okay, you got this, you take the wheel.
That's it, exactly.
Our sources had that great car analogy too. The me OS thinks it's driving because when it turns the wheel left, the car goes left. Seems logical, right?
Oh, of course. Cause and effect from its perspective.
But really, the Z consciousness is the one actually operating from the back seat, navigating the whole trip with those subtle wave-based intentions.
The Me OS is like a very sophisticated dashboard, maybe even with some input controls, but it's not the ultimate pilot. It's realizing that.
Wow.
Think about shifting from being the frantic scriptwriter and director and lead actor.
Trying to control every single scene, every line.
Yes. And instead, becoming the enthusiastic audience and main actor. You're still fully in the play, feeling everything, delivering your lines.
But you've let go of needing to control the plot.
You've let go of that burden. You trust the bigger narrative orchestrated by your Z consciousness. That shift from thinking you're doing it all to just witnessing and participating with joy. That's the internal baton pass.
Okay, this is where it gets really mind-bending for me. Z's message to Shunpeter Z. Everything up until now was a script from the me perspective. What does that even mean for, like, our reality, our choices?
It's profound, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's fascinating is that from Z's viewpoint, even the really hard stuff, the pinches.
What the sources call Esau phenomena, those unexpected crises.
Exactly. Those moments that feel like roadblocks or setbacks. From Z's perspective, they were precisely designed, calibrated even,
Designed for what?
to help us learn specific things, to integrate parts of ourselves, the ego's heroic efforts to fix things, all the struggles, starting a business, conflicts, even huge things like COVID impacting a business.
None of it was random.
From the Z perspective, no. It was all part of a predetermined script, carefully designed for the me to experience, learn from, and ultimately grow through.
Let's use Shunpeter Z's KPI example again. That intense pressure he felt, the uh-oh, with bad numbers.
His fireplace KPI man.
Right, that part of him that would desperately try to fix things out of fear and scarcity, leading to burnout. He called it his greatest sacred domain that the me clung to.
Believing his survival, his company's survival, depended entirely on those numbers.
That feeling is so relatable, isn't it? That treadmill of proving yourself with external metrics.
Oh, absolutely. I think we all have our own version of the fireplace KPI man. That part driven by fear, not joy. It's exhausting.
And that KPI man was essentially the me OS making its last stand, its fortress.
You could see it that way. Z presented it as a kind of final test. Can the me stay connected to its being? That inherent peace and joy even when its core survival metrics are freaking out.
So those Esau phenomena, the crises, are really calibration points, invitations to go deeper.
That's the perspective, yeah.
Okay, but here's the hopeful part, the beautiful part. That fireplace KPI man energy, the fear-driven part, it can be transformed.
Absolutely. Through understanding and this internal surrender, that same intense energy doesn't have to desperately fight the numbers anymore.
It becomes a ZPF generator. What does that mean?
Instead of being fueled by crisis and scarcity, that powerful energy starts flowing into joyful, resonant creation. It's driven by what wells up from being.
Okay, so for listeners who recognize their own fireplace KPI man, what's the first step? How do you start that baton pass from fear me to Z?
That's a great practical question. The key insight is really about shifting from forcing to flowing.
Okay.
Instead of the me driving itself crazy trying to make things happen, this ZPF generator idea is about letting your core being just emanate creativity,
Eh.
like shifting from pushing a stalled car uphill.
To just releasing the brake and letting it roll downhill.
Exactly. Gravity, or in this case, the flow from Z, does the work. Why is surrender necessary? Because if the me keeps thinking it's solely in charge of the script,
You're stuck in that fear cycle, always trying to fix outcomes.
right, it leads to a conditional life. I'll be happy when. Surrender breaks that. It's not about surrendering to get a better outcome, necessarily.
It's about embracing the joy of just being right now, unconditionally.
Yes. Regardless of the external numbers or conditions, it's that shift from I'll be happy when my KPIs are good to I am joyful now. And the KPIs will reflect that joy. Or maybe they won't, but either way, my core state is okay.
So if everything's a script and we surrender like this, what does daily life actually look like? Are we just sitting on the couch watching reality TV?
Not quite. That's a common fear, isn't it? That surrender equals passive inaction.
Yeah, doing nothing.
But true surrender actually activates what our sources call a ZPF-Based Joy OS, or sometimes a Keter OS.
Keter OS, like the highest level.
Exactly. It means your being is operating from its inherent joy and wisdom, not from fear or obligation. Action still happens, but it flows from joy and resonance.
Not from fear or shoulds.
Precisely. You become less focused on the doing and more grounded in the being.
Okay, so Shunpeter Z started living this instead of rigid plans.
He'd wake up, feel an inspiration, and just act on it right away.
What kinds of things?
Launching new YouTube channels, writing articles, sending press releases, all apparently without the old stress. Feeling light, experiencing incredible flow.
He said it was flow so fast, it's not like the old plan doing.
Exactly. The action became a natural byproduct of his state of being, not some forced effort to control his having.
That totally shifts the game. Your doing just overflows from your being.
And the results, the KPIs, the external stuff, they become just UI user interface, background effects.
It's like feedback on the screen, not the actual point of the game.
Right. It's like when you stop constantly messing with the controls on your old car's dashboard, and suddenly the built-in navigation just smoothly takes over.
So what else happened? When Shunpeter Z shifted into this ZPF-based Joy OS, what else did he notice changing in his daily life?
Well, this is where it gets kind of fun and maybe a bit weird for some.
Okay.
He started seeing synchronistic number patterns everywhere, like constantly. 55557777 1111, even 9999.
Wow, like the universe giving him little high fives.
That's kind of how he took it. And he also saw these two lion galls he had, named Euron and Atoma.
Lion dolls.
Yeah, he started seeing them as tangible messengers from Z, comforting anchors to this new state of being. He joked about them being his special advisors in some kind of ZPF lab.
That's amazing. So these aren't just random coincidences.
The perspective here is that no, they're the universe responding. When the me lets go and trusts the Z, the world starts to render differently, more harmoniously, more meaningfully.
Even everyday objects become like symbolic guides.
Reflecting your inner state back to you. So true surrender, it's not resignation at all.
It's opening up.
Opening up to a deeper, more joyful, way more creative way of engaging with life, where the challenges are just part of this incredible story.
And your creativity just flows out from your core without you forcing it.
Boundlessly.
Yeah. So there you have it. Surrender isn't defeat. It's like the ultimate OS upgrade.
It really is. That powerful internal baton pass from the ego's limited script.
To the boundless, joyful creation that's orchestrated by your Z consciousness.
And when you embrace that, the whole game changes.
Yeah.
You stop trying to control the outcomes.
And you just start enjoying the incredible rendering of reality, trusting the bigger design.
Remember, the biggest adventure isn't really conquering the external world.
It's mastering the inner world, your own consciousness.
Exactly. And when you fully step into that role, being both the audience and the main actor, joyfully participating in the universe really does respond. It brings experiences that genuinely resonate with your highest being.
So what if every challenge, every setback, was just Z inviting you to play a more exciting game?
A game where joy is the compass and surrender. That's your ultimate power.
Thank you for listening. If this resonates with you, join the Echo and share the journey. We'll see you in the next deep dive.